Hi, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Space Snacks. Today is a recipe challenge, and if you heard or read the graphic, you read correctly. It is grilled cookies. I'm gonna get this going right now. My George Foreman is hot, and I'm gonna drop this on, and then I'm gonna explain the recipe once I get this going. Let's just set this. Oh, it's sizzling. You're probably thinking, grilled cookies? Really? But I'll explain why in a second. Let's put that down. And it is 9:01, so we're going to let that cook for a while. And so the reason why I am grilling cookies, well, there's a lot of things going on here. You've noticed probably that I love my George Foreman. There's a reason why. I figure that if I'm going to go to the moon or Mars and I can bring one thing with me, and weight is a constraint, right? Then I'm bringing my George Foreman so that I can cook all kinds of crazy things on the moon or Mars, right? And so instead of just add water and heat meals, I want to do a little grilling. And so I'm going to bring my George Foreman with me. And I want to figure out, well, what kind of things can I cook or make with this George Foreman grill, just in case I get the call. Si, you're going to the moon. And you guys will be like, can you smell what Cyan is cooking on the moon? I used to watch WWF with The Rock. So, but anyways, I heard that you can actually bake cookies using a George Foreman grill. And I had to investigate this. Now, I'm not a baker. I am definitely more of a cook than a baker, because baking requires you to follow a recipe. And I'm not a recipe person. I like a dash of this and dabble of that. I like to mix it all up. So I did find a recipe. And then, of course, because this is a test kitchen, it's space food, can do whatever you want, I decided to hack this and to see what comes out. And so this ingredient called for regular peanut butter and an egg and sugar and vanilla extract. But I wanted to see, can we do this with shelf-stable ingredients? So I have my powdered peanut butter, and this is chocolate flavored powdered peanut butter. So it was already a little bit on the sweeter side. And then I have egg, freeze-dried. Yeah, freeze-dried egg powder crystals. So I was like, yeah, let's put that in. And then I have my granulated sugar. And then the liquid I have is homemade vanilla extract. And this was made by my brother's girlfriend. So Patty, thank you. I'm using it. And so I put this in a bowl and mixed it up with a cup of water to form this, which is my chocolate peanut butter chocolate chip cookie mix. So I added in some chocolate chips, and here, live in front of everybody, I'm seeing whether or not I can grill this into an edible cookie. Yeah, I'm excited too to see how this turns out. Now, I read, because I did do some investigation about this whole cooking, baking with your George Foreman grill. And supposedly a person who tried to bake with theirs, make cookies, in fact, burned down their house. And so be careful. The George Foreman gets hot. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. And so I used 1.5. I really had to kind of mix to the point where I got to the right consistency, because following this direction versus using the powder and adding water was a little bit of a challenge. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. This is one of those things where I was like, a little bit runny. How's this going to be? So I have 1.5 cups of peanut butter powder. I have a half a cup of sugar. I reduced the sugar because this is chocolate peanut butter powdered, and it already had, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a look at this. I just heard this click. Oh, look at that. It's got the grill marks. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna flip it if I can. So you know how peanut butter cookies, ooh, ooh. You know how peanut butter cookies have those hash tag kind of marks on them? Woo! Can I flip this? Oh, look, it almost looks like a mini waffle. You know, like not waffle, pancake, like a chocolate chip pancake. Now let's put that back down and see what happens. So I thought with the grilling, I could maybe get something that looks a little bit like that, where you have the marks that you put on the top of a peanut butter cookie, but using my George Foreman to do the deed for me. And so, okay, where was I? 1.5 cups peanut butter powder, half a cup of sugar. I reduced the amount of sugar that the recipe, so I increased the amount of peanut butter powder than the recipe called for, and I decreased the amount of sugar because this is chocolate, so it already had some sugar in it. It was going to be sweet, and I'm adding my chocolate chips, so I didn't want it to be too sweet. And then I kept my egg based on the proportions on the back of the can, where it's 2 tablespoons of this mix with 3 tablespoons of water. And then I kept my vanilla extract the same. And what I did was I put it in my bowl, and then I added 1 cup of water, but then tweaked it a little bit. So again, I think it's just getting it to the consistency that you think would be right for your George Foreman grill, or if you want to try baking these in the oven, or however, it all works. And so you're supposed to cook these for about 5 minutes. That looks like about right. So should I take a peek and see what's going on here? It looks good. It looks like it's been all baked, and let me poke it. It's got a nice outer crust on the outside, but again, it's the inside that we really want to know about, right? Well, I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to put it right here, and we're going to let it cool, and we'll start another one and see how that turns out. Oh, I lost the chocolate chip. Oh, this one's a little bit more messy. Spread it around a little bit. I like thinner cookies instead of thick, and so that's another reason why I went with a little bit more water in my mixture, just because for me that, I don't like really thick cookies. I like thin and crispy. And so that's another reason why I was thinking George Foreman might work out well. All right, it's 8:09. This one should come out right at the end of the show. This is a quick 15-minute intro into, that's hot. We're gonna let that cool still. So if you're listening, if you're watching my Space Snacks Recipe Challenge, please leave a comment and let me know that you're here and whether you would grill cookies. Have you grilled cookies before? If you have, let me know. And so if you're just joining in, I am using my George Foreman to grill chocolate peanut butter chip peanut butter cookies. Did that work right? Or is it chocolate chip chocolate peanut butter cookies? And so it's a recipe that I'm hacking using shelf-stable ingredients. We've got our peanut butter, which is powdered, and it's a chocolate peanut butter. We've got our freeze-dried egg crystals, in case you're wondering what that looks like. Trying to get that to the camera. That's what that looks like. I actually love these. Had them in the High Seas Habitat, freeze-dried, not powdered, freeze-dried. Good stuff. And then sugar, vanilla, and my chips. And I'm just waiting for my first cookie to come off here. And you can see this is, of course, it's got the grilled marks. It's a little charred on top. You gotta, it's grilled. So you gotta kind of accept that you're gonna get that. And then the bottom looks like this. So 2-second rule. I actually turn the cookie halfway through. So I'm cooking them for about 5 minutes. And 3 minutes in, I'm kind of trying to remember to flip them so I get this nice hashtag. All right, let's break it open. It's still hot. It's still really hot. So I'm going to break it open. Woo. And you can see, oh, yeah, it looks good inside. Definitely crusted on the outside and still soft on the inside. Let me try it. It's good. It tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. Peanut butter chocolate, very chocolatey because it's chocolate peanut butter and chocolate chips. Crunchy on the outside, but not too crunchy, and very moist on the inside. It's very good. It's surprisingly good. All right. I can't believe how good these actually turned out. I gotta stop eating this in front of you guys and just chat. I see we've got Kathy, hi, thanks for joining. And Robin and Justin. I don't have my glasses on, so can't see that far. These are actually really good. And I could see myself making this on the moon. Come and get one of Cyan's grilled cookies. Let me see if I can flip this. Ooh. All right. This one's a little bit bigger. And then flip. And put that back down. I'm gonna grill it on the other side just to even it out a little bit. And again, get those hashtag mark on the top of my cookie. And so Kathy's saying, you must dunk it in milk. That's so true. I actually have some chocolate almond milk, and I was tempted to pour me a glass. Now, I do like chocolate, but chocolate's not my, I guess, my first love. I'm more of a vanilla kind of person. And so it can be a little bit overwhelming for me to have a lot of chocolate. I think I'm gonna make these again. I'm very happy with the way it's turned out. I also bought these espresso chocolate chips so that the next time I make this recipe, I'm going to put in the espresso ones and see how that turns out. But again, this is super easy. Peanut butter powder, you can get it at the regular store. This is the chocolate one. Sugar, freeze-dried powdered eggs, and vanilla. Now you at home can do this recipe in, the normal way too, which is just regular peanut butter, sugar, 1 large egg, and then grilling it. Got to have the George Foreman though, or something similar if you want to try this. Oh, it smells good. All right, there's my second cookie. Hot off of the George Foreman. Whoop. Nice and hot. There it is. Would you eat this? Leave me a comment. Tell me, how daring are you when it comes to hacking desserts? Thank you for joining in for this Space Snacks, this very short Space Snacks. Now, those of you guys have watched before, I give away a recipe postcard every time that I do one of these if you leave a comment. And so I forgot the postcard upstairs. Don't have it, but it's a cookie one. And so those of you that are leaving comments, thank you. And I'll pick a lucky winner. And thanks for joining in. Tomorrow, we're going back to having interviews with people, so I hope you'll join in. It's a dual one tomorrow with two people who are living in a Mars habitat in Brazil, Brazilian Mars habitat. And so I'll post all about that a little bit later today. Thanks for joining and have a great day.